There are a lot of different things you can do in the Hive, though because of this, there may be many things that you might have missed. So here are 16 things you should start doing on the Hive. Let's start off with something simple that you can do pretty easily. Block Party is a pretty simple game. You get a color and then you step on color. Pretty easy, though there is most likely a mistake that you commonly make. It's common knowledge that in Minecraft, jumping and sprinting is faster than just sprinting normally. Though in Block Party, this is not the same, as in Block Party you have speed too, which is faster than jumping and sprinting with speed too. So instead of jumping and sprinting in Block Party, you should always just sprint. There's a setting in Minecraft that not a lot of people know about. You see, when you open a menu in a game like Treasure Wars, there's an animation that plays every time you click on something, which can make shopping for stuff in a rush really slow. But if you go into settings and video settings, you can actually turn off the setting called screen animations. And what this setting does is that it will remove all screen animations. And because of this, it will make it much easier to buy things in games like Treasure Wars. If you're a hider in hide and seek, you actually have more power than you likely think. You see, the hiders in hide and seek can actually kill the hunter. All you have to do is either wait and hide or run around until you get a wooden sword. And as long as you're good enough at PvP or have a lot of other hiders doing the same thing, eventually you'll kill the hunter. Although the hunter will respawn at some point, but this can still benefit your game and is also pretty funny. Survival games is definitely a game that not a lot of people play on the Hive. Though if you ever do end up finding yourself playing it, chances are sometimes you may run out of food. Well, you actually don't need to find a chest to get food in survival games. As long as you have a tree with leaves, you can actually break them for a chance to get an apple. Or on Pacific maps, you can find crops and you can break food. For example, on SG4, there's a chance that the carrot crops will actually drop carrots. Many people like to use snowballs when PvPing on the Hive. This is because when you use a snowball, it'll knock back the opponent in a way where it's pretty easy to set up a combo. Though sometimes you may not have snowballs in your inventory. This is why a good alternate option is bows. Bows do a similar thing to what snowballs do, and as long as you get it right, it's pretty easy to make a combo with bows. Not only do bows do a little bit of damage depending on where you shoot, but if you're quick enough to switch and shoot your bow, it's pretty easy to make a combo as well. This is also really useful in game modes like Capture the Flag, where you cannot get snowballs, so getting good at the bow is pretty important. Just Build is a really fun game to play, though if you're not the best at building, it may be a bit hard to win. If you ever get a theme or just in general you don't know how to build, building pixel art is a really safe bet. As long as you search up a theme and then pixel art, it'll be pretty easy to find a somewhat good looking one. All you have to do is build it quick enough and your chances of winning could go up by a lot. A map on Murder Mystery has a secret that can benefit your chances of winning a lot. If you are an innocent and you are playing on the map Castletown, there are actually free secret keys randomly placed around the map. And if you get all three, you can actually unlock a vault and get an arrow, which can be really useful. Speaking of more simple settings that can change the way you play the game, turning off players completely or making them smaller in gravity can definitely help a lot when trying to win, as this makes it so much easier to see where you have to land and can increase your chances of winning by a lot. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, subscribing and liking means a lot and it helps me out a lot as well. Everyone knows that if you mine redstone or in Skywars, you can get up to 5 extra absorption heart if you mine 5 redstone. Though if you get your hands on a golden apple while having 5 absorption hearts, you can actually get up to 7 extra hearts, which can be pretty OP. Death Run can be pretty hard if you don't know any of the maps, though if you'd like to get better without ruining your stats, just making a CS can do the trick. This is because you can choose any map you want and you can also turn off deaths, making practicing your movement extremely easy. Murder Mystery has a secret feature that not many people know about. As everyone knows, if you shoot the murderer by shooting them with your bow, you'll kill them in the game. Typically, most players like to charge their bow back, but this can actually take a lot of time if you are in a rush. But what most players don't know is that you can actually just tap your bow once and it'll fire the arrow, meaning that shooting is much more easier and faster. You should definitely sign up for the Hive's newsletter. This is because at the end of every newsletter, you can actually get a custom code for a special cosmetic. The way you sign up is by doing /newsletter and then putting in your information, and every once in a while you'll get an email from the Hive which will have this special code at the bottom. Many people forget about this game on the Hive, that being Ground Wars. Personally, I love it, but many people don't. Although the game is really simple and can be pretty boring at times, it's actually a really great game to practice aim and just to warm up. Not only do you get to practice dodging attacks from enemies in this game, you also get to practice your aim with the bow or the projectiles. So before playing in something big, maybe practicing in Ground Wars isn't the worst idea. The Hive has a lot of pets, but nobody really knows what's the best one for your money, though it easily has to be the baby dragon and the witch cat pet. This is because the two pets have a good selection of variants, while the other pets get no variants at all or just one. So if you want the most value out of all the pets, these two are definitely your best option. Also, they are both like really cool. When playing Capture the Flag, typically people like to purchase iron armor as their first purchase, but the best way to get coins as fast as possible is to get a diamond sword as your first purchase. This is because you'll rack up many more kills in the early game since people typically want armor first, and you'll be doing a lot more damage, and you'll be able to get kills a lot faster, and in turn you'll be able to buy much more stuff. Skywars has a lot of ores, but most of the time players only like to focus on mining ores like diamonds and emeralds, though you should never count out iron and gold. This is because these ores are really good on utility items, like boom boxes, arrows, cobwebs, and even snowballs, which can be really overpowered and may catch some players off guard. Really quickly though, I want to thank Nelson, Luke, Sellout, and Piggest for helping me with this video. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribing and liking helps me out a lot. Anyways, have a good day.